Today we're doing a drive-through to Atlantic City and we're gonna visit the Absecon Lighthouse, which is the third tallest in the United States and the tallest lighthouse in New Jersey. Hi Tributines, my name is Miljana Monic. I live in Brooklyn, New York with my husband and I am sharing with you my journey as a first-generation immigrant of creating a life beyond my wildest dreams. So you will be seeing some unusual and then some more usual perspectives and life experiences. For a small city, Atlantic City has some beautiful architecture, including of their homes and apartment buildings. When we arrived at the lighthouse, the first thing that I noticed was this old antique boat that unfortunately was filled with garbage. But it did not stop me from admiring the woodwork and knowing that sometime in the past it had a greater purpose and it actually helped for someone to go in the ocean. And we didn't even get to go inside yet. And another thing that really touched my heart was this eco soil, 100% compostable natural garden that is maintained by people who live in the city. And the gentleman who works here will actually tell us a little bit more later on. Ocean waters around the lighthouse were known to be one of the deadliest along the East Coast. And for many years, there was lobbying for a lighthouse in this area.
Yes. No recuerdo el nombre.
Shells. All these little pieces that look like gravel that you get to see are actually seashells, and it made me feel like I am on the ocean with the lighthouse, because in the past the lighthouse was on the ocean. The water would come very close to the base, but as the city was built, the jetties were built as well, and homes and hotels separated the lighthouse from the ocean. History says that a request to the federal government for a lighthouse to be built in this area was made as early as 1830s, and that between 1847 and 1856, over 64 ships were lost along the Absecon beach.
Todavía no es la hora.
Ahora la 11. After the lighthouse was lit in 1857, for the next 10 months, no ship was wrecked in this area of the East Coast, which really shows the contribution that the lighthouse was for the boats on the ocean and to building and prospering this part of the country. Hola. Toma. Ay. The lighthouse is about 15 stories tall, which makes it about half of the Statue of Liberty's height. It took about 2 years for the lighthouse to be finalized. It began construction in 1855 and it finished in 1857 on January 15 when it was first lit. The lighthouse still has a volunteer keeper, and I'm not sure if it's one person or multiple people throughout the week, but we see one here raising the flags. And I found a really interesting article on the internet. Until very recently, a 95-year-old lighthouse keeper was actually looking after this lighthouse, and I will link his article below. Yo, de nuevo.
Concentrarme. Necesito concentrarme.
¿Estás jugando de nuevo? ¿Quieres terminar esta partida y después vamos? Hello.
We'll be open in about 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. Over there, right? On top? Thank you. Okay. We like people in the camera.
Okay.
In the past, a lighthouse keeper was actually a paid job, but it was discontinued. Who maintains the garden?
What's that?
Who maintains the garden?
My ears aren't so good.
No worries. Who maintains the garden?
Who maintains it?
Yes.
The people who volunteer, who rent each of the boxes.
Oh, there are people who rent the box.
Yeah.
Got it. That's
Yep.
beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nice. It was a windy day, but sunny day, so we felt hot, then we felt cold, then we felt okay, and literally the whole morning we were back and forth. I didn't know how we were really feeling. The final cost of building the lighthouse was about $52,000 in 1856, which today would be about $2 million. The lighthouse currently has a lightkeeper's dwelling, a museum, a gift shop, a Fresnel lens exhibit in the original oil house, and all this landscape that you guys get to see, which is a garden, there's a boat, and a separate bathroom outside right by the parking lot, which surprised me because right behind it there's this beautiful artwork and it's this unfinished wood design, so it was just amazing to find out that that was actually the bathroom. Hi.
Welcome to the Absecon Lighthouse.
How do you pronounce it?
Absecon.
Absecon. Thank you. Where do we go?
If you want to climb, there's an admission fee.
Yes.
But the museum and grounds are free.
Okay, so where's the admission? Where do we pay?
It's $10 per person.
Here? Maybe you want to do it? Okay. Let's
Right down that hallway.
Wow. Thank you. And happy Thanksgiving, though I know it just passed. ¿Quieres entrar? Que entre el primero. Wow. In 1925, electricity was first used to light the lighthouse. And in 1933, the lighthouse was discontinued to be used as a lighthouse purposes, and it took some time before investments were made to restore it and create it into a museum that is today. In 1994 is when investments started coming in to actually restore the lighthouse. So ever since, there were small changes throughout the years and investments to upkeep it and keep it as a museum, because when looking at things to do in Atlantic City, This was the #1 thing that showed up. It is fun, it is interesting, you get to learn a lot about the city, so I strongly recommend that if you go to Atlantic City, you actually visit this historic place. The tower was constructed with a double brick wall, which means that there are 2 walls with space in between them, and as they start from the bottom they are further apart, and as you go further up they come together, which we'll actually show you in this video, so follow along. As you see us rise all the way to the top, you literally see the space where you saw it right now, and then as you go further up you will see that they are coming closer and closer together to the point where there is one wall and then there's another wall right next to it. And be aware that if you are rubbing off the walls, you'll probably end up like with some white dust or old paint on your clothing, which actually comes off super easily. You can just dust it off. And for any of you who are concerned about the sturdiness of the stairs because you might be just afraid to walk all the way up or whatever the reason might be, of course, make your own judgment. But as you can see from the video and from me being there, they're super sturdy. So if you're up for an adventure, I strongly recommend that you walk all the way up and really enjoy the views, because as you go up you get to see how the city actually changes and the perspective on how you get to see it. Right before you get to the top, remember the top step is actually a lot taller than any of the steps throughout the journey, so please remember that when you go up there so you don't trip on this step right here.
Don't trip on the top step. The top step is higher than the rest of them.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Says you climb New Jersey's tallest lighthouse. There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming up.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Oh, go ahead. No worries. Don't worry, no big deal. Wow. You really get an extraordinary view of the city from up here. You see the whole city, and if you love geography the way I do, and my husband just being silly. Okay, I just got distracted, but what I wanted to say is if you like to just see the whole city and have this beautiful view and learn some history, then this is a great place for you to come when you go to Atlantic City. And I think it's open from Thursday through Monday. If you as a kid climbed trees, then you would know this feeling of trying to get down. Like you're so excited to get up, and then when you're about to get down, you're just fear arrives for some odd reason. So I had the same feeling right now as we were walking down, but it really was just for a second, and then I got used to the stairs again. $3 and 1 penny, and he rolls out. Wow, interesting. Does it make it like this?
Yeah, if you look to the right, if you can see the actual size and what happens.
Oh, thank you.
Así es como la voy a... ¿Quieres una?
Insert her, yes. Yeah. I'm not sure what this is, probably a little storage, but right next to it is the bathroom. And on the right, on the ramp, is where you walk to the bathroom. But I will show you the back of the building, or I don't even know if it's a trailer. But look at that artwork. It's beautiful. I did not think of the bathroom being there. What an honor it is to have you here today with me till the end of this video. Thank you so much for your time and energy. If you enjoyed this video, I request that you subscribe, like, comment below what your experience was and what is your experience visiting a lighthouse if you've ever visited one. And if you haven't, would you like to visit one? Is there one in your area that you can go and see this weekend?